Oh, I just suddenly got inspired to do a couple of True Force Loneliness videos. These kind of hit and run ones, right? So, yeah, I don't think I've ever done this as a topic. No. So, nightclub girls. Yeah. Never, ever, 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 ever meet a girl at a nightclub. Like when you're going on a blind date. Okay, I mean, set up a blind date. Um, it's not cool because you have to deal with them all the time, getting distracted. It's like taking sand to the beach. You're taking sand to the fucking beach, right? There's other cock, there's other pussy, there's other ass out there, and unfortunately, you're either the butt of the joke or uh, you're distracted and you're leaving her behind. Um, I try to think of how many girls I met on a night. I think I met one or two. The first one, she told me right off, like she had all her friends, so it was a group club meet. It wasn't like it wasn't exactly like we were all like just me and her. It was me and a group of friends. And this Asian girl, who looked pretty fine, by the way, she told me that, oh, I think we're going to be better off as friends. So you made me get all the way to Hollywood. This is in Hollywood, okay? Because I think I was still driving at the time. I had to drive to Hollywood, find a good parking spot without having to pay like a lot of fare or like pay the parking meter, right? And you're going to tell me this bullshit. I mean, within the first 5 seconds of talking to me, I guess what is it? Girls know within the first 10 to 30 seconds whether or not you're fuckable or not. So they don't give a shit. But yeah, it's a nightmare, okay? It really isn't for me. And it should not be for you. But we danced anyway. I was a pussy back then. Let me think how old I was. About 25 years old. So when I went to the nightclubs, I was like at 25. And the other time it was this sort of weird rave. Not a rave, but it was a techno party. Guy takes his shirt off. He's a bald dude. He's working on all kinds of different synthesizers and keyboards. And it's like, it's a combination of like uh, techno music and smoke. And that's the other thing too. You're dealing with all that smoke and the fog and the lights, the loud music, the smoke that gets in your eyes. It's so fucking aggravating. And this one girl with red hair, she was fine looking too, but she couldn't sit in one spot. She had to wait for her boyfriend, she didn't even tell me it was her date or her boyfriend. So she paid for my entry fee just to like stick the finger up my ass, right? I didn't even finger my ass, just it was shit. So I left. I said there was nothing for me there. The girls didn't like me there. I didn't feel like clubbing. I didn't feel like dancing. I didn't feel like anything. I felt sick to my stomach. I think that's the issue with these things is that you think it's all great and it's not. It's just not. It's just a bunch of bullshit. I think I met another girl. I can't remember if it was MySpace or if it was an underground like Chicano website or if it was not College Club. I don't know I think College Club went out the window after the 2000s, maybe the 2010s, but it might have been some dating site or it might have been just somewhere else. It was just awful. Like there was no point to this. Also, too, I never liked going to Red Robin's. Every time I went to Red Robin's, uh, yeah, this stupid place. I met two girls there, and the confrontations were not great. I hated it. I had to split the check with one person because I didn't have enough money, and the other one was not that attractive. I think she posted a picture of herself when she was like 30 pounds underweight, and then when I saw her in person, she was definitely, 30 pounds heavier. So, to kind of summarize it, if you must meet a girl, yes, she'll say, especially if it's a blind date off the internet or maybe a friend of a friend, coffee, maybe Pinkberry, McDonald's, someplace cheap, no four-star restaurants, no place where she expects you to spend a lot of money on her. Because if she don't like your ass, then at least it didn't work out. I'm watching episodes of Southland, by the way. Southland with Ben McKenzie and Michael Cudlitz. You know, before they become the French Connection detectives, right? The five season show. I'll give a review on that. I love that. I love Southland. But in that, Ben McKenzie, who plays Ben Sherman, is dating. Now he can get some tail. That's pretty obvious if you watch the show. But his sister sets him up with a date, and they keep asking, and then the sister and her friends keep asking him questions about, uh, oh, what happened? What happened on the forest? Did you find a dead body? What was that like finding a dead body? And it's like, dear God, it's like I just want to get away from work. I mean, he doesn't say it to them, but he says, I just don't want to deal with this shit, And so he walks out on his date, and that's pretty much it. That was kind of a disaster. But there's so many things that go wrong in real life or not that I would rather meet girls. I mean, yeah, you'd rather honestly like the last date I really had. She met me at my house, and we had fun, and that was it. I mean, that's every guy's dream is to for her to go to your house or for you to go to her house and you know uh, hook up for a night, and that's about it. And if something comes out of it, something comes out of it. If we were all young men, but when you're dealing with a woman that wants to meet you in public because she doesn't know if you're a creep or if you're a criminal, and there have been a couple of women I think that have like been on the news, like they were assaulted. There have been some terrible incidents, right? So if you must meet her at a public place, please, please, no nightclubs and definitely no four-star restaurants. Red Robin's isn't a four-star restaurant, but I've had bad luck. I think we all met at a what is it? This one strip mall in Southern California, and it was always the site of bad luck girls, like girls that just didn't work out. We would meet once, and that was it. So I'm just not feeling that. I mean, the one girl I cried, and I cried like a bitch because you know what? It's like how could she do that to me? How could she see this other guy and not even tell me about it? If she had told me about it, she fucking knew I wouldn't have shown up at that nightclub. That was like, what was that, 20 years ago? Fuck. 20 years ago. I think all my nightclubbing was 20 years ago. My other nightclub incidents were with a male friend. Because he would go to nightclubs and hang out with friends. So nothing happened with that. It's just me hanging out with him. But I'm not a nightclub person, honestly. All your nightclubbing should be done by the time you're in your early 30s. If you're in your late 30s, early 40s, and you're still nightclubbing, uh, either you're rich and you got money, or you're just really fucking bored. And I don't see the point. I mean, we get to be old farts. When we were young guys, girls would mess with us and be like, I know more than you do. I see things that you don't see, and I'm here to teach you these things. I'm like, yeah, okay, bitch, get out of my face. Because when I'm in my 40s, I've seen more than you have. If you're dating somebody like in their 20s or 30s, they're like, she hasn't seen as much as you have. You've seen more than she has, okay? And you get older, you get gray temples, you get wrinkly, and unless you got money, she looks at you like, what the fuck is the point? So, anyway, moving on. I got another topic for you.